Hello everyone, this is SCST Deputy with LCPDMods bringing you a showcase of our dispatch module that's going to be released with our upcoming mobile data terminal slash clan management system. I'm just going to briefly go over a few things that it's going to do. The first thing is you'll notice that we don't have anything on the screen. So we're going to want to put some units available. So we'll just go over here to assign units. And here you'll have a list of all of the different units that have been added in by the admin team. Only admins are going to be able to add in new units. So we'll just select a couple names on here. We'll just select them all. And we're just going to go ahead and send them on duty. If you notice, this looks pretty much exactly like the DDS does. And basically it's modeled around the same exact look. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and add a call in here. And we'll just make up some random stuff. I've only got a few things in here because I'm just testing. This will all get cleared off tonight anyway. So we'll go ahead and say it's going to be a traffic stop. All incident types will be admin defined as well. So we'll just say it's going to be northbound on Columbus. Right now, the city doesn't really populate correctly, so it's just disabled. So it won't actually add a city. If you want to, you can go ahead and add something in there. If not, you don't really have to. Location type isn't really needed. It's kind of optional, just there in case somebody wants to put it in. We're going to call it a public since it's going to be on the street. Your disposition, if it's a current call, you want to always leave it as pending. Once you remove it from pending, the officers that you've entered will be put back on duty once, well, I'll show you that in a minute. So we'll just throw in some incident information, put a cross street of Burlesque. Let's say it's going to be a gray 4-door sedan, occupied ×2. We're going to select what unit's calling it in. So let's say that 169 is the primary unit, and we'll go ahead and make me as the secondary. You can add multiple units, just put a comma in there, like this. So you do comma, then the next number, then you can put another comma and another number. We'll go ahead and say it's been dispatched and they've already arrived on scene. So we'll just go ahead and submit this. And you'll notice that it automatically populates on the screen. It'll tell you the incident number, which is automatically assigned once you enter the call into the database. It'll give you the date, which is automatically entered once you hit submit. It'll give you the location, what kind of incident it is, your primary and secondary officers, and then the current disposition. You'll notice that all of those officers have been moved to unavailable. It shows you that they are no longer available for a call out. So let's say they want to do an update. Go in here and hit edit, and we'll say died. Wow. Driver failed breathalyzer. I cannot spell today, guys. Deemed as DUI. And then we'll just go ahead and say that they've been arrested. So we'll go ahead and switch this to a cleared call. And dispositions are also database defined by admins, so they can kind of put in whatever they want to in here, and it'll automatically populate a list of different dispositions you can select. Right now the only ones we have in is pending and cleared, since this is a testing environment. So we'll just go ahead and mark that as cleared. Now you'll notice that 169, 500, and 583 are now moved back to the available screen, but the call is still on the screen. If you want to clear the call off the entire screen, just go in here, hit that cleared button, submit, and it's gone. The next thing is we'll look at the assign units tab a little bit more. So let's say 580 or 152, which is engine 4 down here. They're going on a break and they're not going to be back for a minute. If we want to know that they're no longer in game, And so we don't give them a call, we can go here, select their unit, and then set them as busy, which will automatically move them over to the unavailable screen so that they can no longer be selected. Because if you notice, they're no longer in this list. So let's say they've done their break and they're coming back. Go in here, select their unit number, and then put them back available. Now also you'll see on here that I have two different beats in here. This is just for testing environment. We have an Engine 4 and a Med 4. Let's say they're switching and running as police. So we'll select their unit numbers, which is 152 and 196. And then down here where it says assign beat, we'll just put them in Bravo. So we put a B in there, and then you can really put anything in there you want, and then we'll just hit update beat, which will change both of those into Bravo beats. Also in here, once you finish your patrol, and you kind of want to be lazy and not have to go through and select everybody, you can just hit this set all off duty, which will clear everybody from the screen. It's pretty simple. The next thing we have is the search function. Right now the only things that you can search is by unit numbers. Eventually this will be extended to where you can search by different things such as dispositions, what days they were done, their locations, pretty much anything that's in the dispatch portion you will be able to search by. So let's say we want to search 583. So this will search through the database and find every single call that they've either been a primary or a secondary unit on. And you'll see here, this one they've been a secondary, this one they're a primary. Now in here you can go in and look at the unit or the different incident and see what was entered into the information. Once the incident has been cleared, you can't go back and edit. The only thing you can do is look at the different information that's been changed or that's been entered at the time that it was an active call. The next thing, we can look at the call history, which will show every single call that's ever been entered into the system. There's a couple just from earlier when I was actually trying to record while doing a active patrol to show you all, but I kind of derped and didn't record my computer audio. So all you heard was me talking, which kind of sucked. But you can of course go through here and look at these again. We'll just close out of that. The next thing that we have is the Ncic program. Now if you've ever used the DDS or the DDP, you'll pretty much know exactly what this is. Basically you can search for a person's name or search a plate number. Now there was one call in here that had a plate number. If I can remember which one it is. That's definitely not it. Okay, maybe there's not. Anyway, so let's say we'll just do a random plate number, KGV 554. Just enter the plate number, hit the run button next to it, and it'll populate just random information. It will not be the same information every single time, because if we refresh, you're going to get completely different information. It'll still say the plate number will be the same, but everything else is going to be different. Eventually we want to integrate Ncic into a complete database that will be able to integrate for every clan that uses the dispatch portion. If they run a person search or a plate search, they'll get the same information no matter what. That'll be coming on down the road. Now if we want to do a person's name, we'll just say Katie Pierce. Search it, and you're going to get a bunch of just random information. Now it's just going to pull from a random string of an array. It's not anything pretty by any means, but it's going to be something that you can use for now. This will all be sorted out to where it doesn't look like a 2-year-old wrote it. But back here, right now we don't have the radio log that you might recognize from the DP. integrated yet, but it will be coming eventually. You can see there's a couple different things up here that I'm not going to show you yet. That'll come on later down the line. So I hope you enjoy this. Let us know what you think. If you have any suggestions, let us know. And hopefully we'll have this out soon.